वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते 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 वासुदेवाय।
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
ततो जयमुदीरये।
ततो जयमुदीरये।
नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके
भगवती उत्तमश्लोके
भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी।
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी।
Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 30, Verse number 23. शुद्धाय शान्ताय नमः स्वनिष्ठया
शुद्धाय शान्ताय नमः स्वनिष्ठया
शुद्धाय शान्ताय नमः स्वनिष्ठया
शुद्धाय शान्ताय नमः स्वनिष्ठया
मनस्य अपार्थं विलसद्वयाय
मनसा अपार्थं विलसद्वयाय
मनस्य अपार्थं विलसद्वयाय
मनस्यापार्थं विलसद्वयाय
नमो जगत्स्थानलयोदयेषु
नमो जगत्स्थानलयोदयेषु
नमो जगत्स्थानलयोदयेषु
नमो
नमो
जगत्स्थानलयोदयेषु
जगत्स्थानलयोदयेषु
गृहीतमाय गुणविग्रहाय
विहिताय
विग्रहाय
गृहीतमाय गुणविग्रहाय
गृहीतमाय गुणविग्रहाय
शुद्धाय शान्ताय नमः स्वनिष्ठया
शुद्धाय शान्ताय
शान्ताय
नमः
नमः
स्वनिष्ठया
मनस्य अपार्थं विलसद्वयाय
मनस्यापार्थं विलसद्वयाय
नमो जगत्स्थानलयोदयेषु
नमो जगत्स्थानलयोदयेषु
गृहीतमाय गुणविग्रहाय
गृहीतमाय गुणविग्रहाय
शुद्धाय शान्ताय नमः स्वनिष्ठया
शुद्धाय शान्ताय नमः स्वनिष्ठया
मनस्य अपार्थं विलसद्वयाय
मनस्यापार्थं विलसद्वयाय
नमो जगत्स्थानलयोदयेषु
नमो जगत्स्थानलयोदयेषु
गृहीतमाय गुणविग्रहाय
गृहीतमाय गुणविग्रहाय। हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी।
शुद्धाय शान्ताय नमः स्वनिष्ठाय मनस्य पार्थं विलसद्वयाय नमो जगत्स्थानलयोदयेषु गृहीतमाय गुणविग्रहाय
शुद्धाय शान्ताय नमः स्वनिष्ठाय
शुद्धाय शान्ताय नमः स्वनिष्ठया मनस्य पार्थं विलसद्वयाय नमो जगत्स्थानलयोदयेषु गृहीतमाय गुणविग्रहाय शुद्धाय शान्ताय नमः स्वनिष्ठया मनस्य पार्थं विलसद्वयाय नमो जगत्स्थानलयोदयेषु गृहीतमाय गुणविग्रहाय. Online first Prabhuji's can try to chant and then Mataji's.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी तुम्हें प्रणाम.
First Prabhuji's, then Mataji's. If at all some Prabhuji is there. Okay, Mataji's. Mataji's, please chant online.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Shuddhaya Shantaya Namaswaniஷ்ठया Manasya Partam Vilasadvayaya Namo Jagatsthanalayodayesu Grihitamaya Guna Vigrahaya. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी शुद्धाय संताय नमो सनिष्ठाया मनुष्य पार्था विलसद्दाय नमो जगत स्थानो लयोदयेषु गृहीत माया गुण विग्रहाय हरे कृष्णा
Hare
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण प्रभु
Prabhuji.
जी शुद्धाय शांताय नमः स्वनिष्ठया मनस्य पार्थ विलसद्दयाय नमो जगत्स्थान लयोदयेषु गृहीत माया गुण विग्रहाय हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी मैं ले सकता हूँ प्रभु जी
Yes, yes, please.
शुद्धाय शांताय नमः स्वनिष्ठया मनस्य पार्थ विलसद्वयाय नमो जगत्स्थान लयोदयेषु गृहीत माया विग्रहाय हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी थैंक यू
Thank you, everyone. We'll go for synonyms. Shuddhaya, unto the unadulterated. Shantaya, unto the most peaceful. Namaha, we offer our obeisances. Swanisthaya, by being situated in one's position. Manasi, in the mind. Apartham, without any meaning. Vilasat, appearing. Dvayaya, in whom the dual world. Namaha, obeisances. Jagat, of the cosmic manifestation. Sthana, maintenance. Laya, annihilation. Udayeshu, and for creation. Grihita, accepted. Maya, material. Guna, of the modes of nature. Vigrahaya, the forms. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Dear Lord, we beg to offer our obeisances unto you. When the mind is fixed upon you, the world of duality, although a place for material enjoyment, appears meaningless. Your transcendental form is full of transcendental bliss. We therefore offer our respects unto you. Your appearances as Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, and Lord Shiva are meant for the purpose of creating, maintaining, and annihilating this cosmic manifestation. Kindly repeat. Dear Lord, we beg to offer our obeisances unto you. When the mind is fixed upon you, the world of duality, although a place for material enjoyment, appears meaningless. Your transcendental form is full of transcendental bliss. We therefore offer our respects unto you. Your appearances as Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, and Lord Shiva are meant for the purpose of creating, maintaining, and annihilating this cosmic manifestation. Yes, Hare Krishna Mataji, purport.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. A pure devotee whose mind is always engaged in the service of the Lord can certainly appreciate the impermanence of this material world. Although such a devotee may be engaged in executing material activities, this stage is called anasakti. As explained by Srila Rupa Goswami, anasaktasya vishayan yatarham upayunjataha. A devotee is always unattached to material activities because in the liberated stage, his mind is always fixed on the lotus feet of the Lord. This material world is called Dvaita, the world of duality. A devotee knows very well that everything within this material world is but a manifestation of the Supreme Lord's energy. To maintain the three modes of material nature, the Supreme Lord takes on different forms as Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, and Lord Shiva. Unaffected by the modes of the material nature, the Lord takes on different forms to create, maintain, and annihilate this cosmic manifestation. The conclusion is that although the pure devotee appears to engage in material activities in the service of the Lord, he knows very well that material enjoyment for sense gratification has no use whatsoever. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sheyutpadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagan Raghunathan Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Swagan Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitanscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaye Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhuva Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kant Radha Kant Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय हो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवसादि गौर भक्त वृंदा नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतिशे नमः हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे शुद्धाय शांताय नमः स्वनिष्ठया
शुद्धाय शांताय नमः स्वनिष्ठया
मनस्य पार्थं विलसद्वयाय
मनस्य पार्थं विलसद्वयाय
नमो जगत्स्थानलयोदयेषु
नमो जगत्स्थानलयोदयेषु
गृहीतमाया गुणविग्रहाय
गृहीतमाया गुणविग्रहाय.
Dear Lord, we beg to offer our obeisances unto you. When the mind is fixed upon you, the world of duality, although a place for material enjoyment, appears meaningless. Your transcendental form is full of transcendental bliss. We therefore offer our respects unto you. Your appearances as Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva are meant for the purpose of creating, maintaining and annihilating this cosmic manifestation. Thank you everyone. I think before we start, so most of the temple devotees, including His Grace Namanishta Prabhu, has travelled yesterday night for the Sri Rangam.
प्रभु जी आवाज नहीं आ रही.
You are not joining प्रभु जी श्री रंगम यात्रा.
Okay, so is the audio clear? First tell me that.
No, audio is clear, but it is
clear, but volume is low.
Volume is
Prabhu ji, low, it is very low.
one moment.
प्रभु जी, you are not joining. प्रभु जी, you are not joining श्री रंगम यात्रा.
1 minute, Prabhu. Let me first clear the audio, then I will answer your questions. Okay, I have to speak a bit loudly. I am speaking a bit loudly. And okay, is always low, Mataji is saying. My bad. Anyways, okay. Is it okay now?
It's okay
Yes.
for me, Prabhu.
It's okay. Otherwise, I have to speak like this.
No, Prabhu, it's okay.
It's okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
I'll try to do something. 1 moment. I'll try to do something. Okay, I think it should be better. I've tried to bring the mic closer proximity to my mouth. So before we start, I just wanted to inform that most of the temple devotees, including His Grace Nam Minister Prabhu, has travelled for the Srirangam, Kumbakonam and Rameshwaram Yatra. Yesterday they started by train. Today morning they would have reached. So I called upon Prabhu to understand his schedule to address the class today. And he instructed that it may be inconvenient for him to take classes online during the yatra. So he has given the service to the temple devotees. It is just a service, nothing more than that. So please take it accordingly. And obeisances to the senior devotees who are sitting is just a service that I am executing on the instructions of the temple management. So Prachetas, the great sons of King Prachina Barihi, 10 of them, met Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva instructed them to undergo austerity by repeatedly chanting the prayers that he himself chanted. So they chanted the prayers of Lord Shiva for 10,000 years. 10,000 years is not a small period of time. In the darkness of the sea, because they were underwater, no sunlight, nothing, but they showed patience and obedience. What did they show? Patience and obedience, and stayed there for 10,000 years. Having done so, Lord Vishnu became very, very pleased. And after that, Lord Vishnu gave face-to-face darshan to the Prachetas. And as we understood in the last few shlokas, Prachetas became completely uncontaminated, completely pure by the darshan of the Lord. And now, having become completely pure, they are offering their own prayers to Lord Vishnu. Before that, they were offering the prayers of a great Vaishnava. And now, they are offering their own prayers because they have become completely eligible. Patrata has come, qualification has come to offer their prayers. So for us, qualification is not there. So we offer the prayers of the great devotees of the Lord. That is the instruction. Now, there was a farmer, and a sage was passing by, and he gave some seeds to the farmers and told him, you please dig a bit of land and put the seeds inside, and don't take it out till a plant comes up. He follows the instruction of the sage, puts the seeds in the ground and waters the area. 1 week passes by, 2 weeks passes by, 3 weeks pass by, nothing is sprouting. He got impatient and he almost dig the soil. But then he remembered the instruction of the sage saying, no, don't dig it again till the point you see some sapling sprouting out of the seeds. So he held himself again, waited for few more weeks now to see that the sapling actually came out of the ground level, and in a few years' time it became a fully manifested tree. What did he do? He did 2 things: patience and obedience. He patiently waited for the seeds to manifest into a sapling and then into a big tree, and he was obedient to the instruction of the sages. So a question that I want to throw to you all, and you can give your reflection. How often do we dig up the soil by doubting spiritual practice? How often do you do that? Almost end up digging the soil because we doubt our spiritual practice. Anyone wants to reflect on that, his personal experience? How often do you dig your own soil by doubting spiritual practice? Yes.
Maybe while chanting Hare Krishna, we might our mind might go somewhere else. That can be one, I guess.
No, the question is, see, try to understand the question. प्रश्न ये है, जैसे कि वो किसान पूरी तरीके से सब्र, पेशेंस खोद चुका था और वो गड्ढा खोदने ही वाला था, मतलब उस देखने ही वाला था कि उस बीज में क्या हो रहा है, पर वो रुक जाता है और क्योंकि इंतजार करता है इसीलिए पेड़ निकल के आता है. प्रश्न ये है कि हम कितने ऑफन, यानी हमारे अंदर जो सब्र है, जो पेशेंस है, वो क्या टेस्ट हो रहा है कि हम भी वो गड्ढा खोदने के चक्कर में हैं क्योंकि हम अपने आध्यात्मिक विधि विधान पे प्रश्न चिन्ह लगा देते हैं. क्या हमारे साथ ऐसा होता है? ये है प्रश्न.
Yes, Prabhuji, it happened with me and I remember the sloka, Utsat Nishyat Dherat Tatat Karma Prat.
Okay, yes. Anybody else?
When we don't understand how we are progressing in our spiritual life, Prabhuji.
When we don't understand our progress, we try to doubt the spiritual process itself. See, it's a time to reflect. See, means I may just say, you may just listen, and next day another class will come. But we listen lesser content, but if we are able to reflect, do some introspection, it might help us to grow spiritually. Thing is, like that farmer, very often that situation arises in our spiritual life where we almost dig up the soil because we doubt the process that we have been given. And that is almost true for everyone.
When we undergo a lot of tribulations in our life, when we don't know the solution for it, we doubt the process and we look for answers from outside.
Absolutely. And the most common situation where we do that is when turbulence hits the life of a devotee. See, when we try to become the so-called devotee, we think now we are immune from all sort of miseries because we are trying to serve Krishna and Krishna will protect us without giving any miseries to us. And the moment some misery strikes our life, we tend to doubt the spiritual process, we tend to dig the soil. It has practically happened. Nameshwar Prabhu has been sharing with us how very good devotees, initially helping him to set up the things in Mangalore, helping him through thick and thin, but when their personal lives got stuck with some eventuality which was not so favorable, they started to doubt the entire process of Krishna consciousness. Somebody became a patient of stroke, somebody something, and they said this Krishna consciousness is bakwas. It has happened. It may have happened to us in some degree, it may happen to us in a bigger degree when we further proceed down our lives, but it will happen because Krishna will test us. So now it is on us. How do we react to such a situation? Always remember, a seed, when given water and sunlight, will always germinate into a sapling. You believe it or you don't believe it, it does not matter. It does not matter. You say, nahi, इस बीज से पेड़ नहीं निकलेगा. Don't, it doesn't matter. बीज से पेड़ तो निकलना ही है if they get proper sunlight and proper water. But if you believe it, it becomes easier because you are able to keep patience. Similarly, For Krishna consciousness, the process is effective whether you believe it or you don't believe it. Doesn't matter. आपको विश्वास है नहीं है, ये हमारी प्रॉब्लम है. You cannot raise a question mark on the process itself. But if you believe it, it becomes easier to keep patience. Now you keep patience and you move on in Krishna consciousness in spite of turbulence hitting our lives. Don't ever think that just because you have started to chant the name of the Lord and following the 4 regulative principles, turbulence will not hit your life. Did Krishna say it anywhere in Bhagavad Gita? Krishna बोले हैं क्या, जो भक्त है उसका दुख हम खत्म कर देंगे? नहीं. क्या बोले हैं? योग क्षेमम वहामयम means I will take care. But he is not saying that turbulence will not come in your life. Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita that you should be samadarshi in happiness and distress, in dualities of life. So which means material world means duality. You and me, as a devotee, as a non-devotee, will continue to walk on the same road, on the same रास्ते पे जा रहे हैं. But once you try to chant the name of the Lord, what will happen? You will shift from a rickshaw to a Mercedes. But you cannot remove that pothole. That turbulence is there. In rickshaw, when you're not chanting the name of the Lord, you may fall down and get hurt. But while in a Mercedes, your car will pass through that same pothole, but shock absorbers are there and little discomfort, but you will pass through. You cannot say turbulence will not come. So don't think, I'm chanting, so why this pothole has come? No, then our understanding is wrong. Potholes will come, turbulence will come, but it is the faith in the process that will sail you through. So why we are discussing that? Because in this shloka we are discussing dualities, world of dualities, dvanda. What dvanda? Good, bad, like, dislike, beautiful, ugly, day, night, summer, winter, praise, blame, profit, loss. All these are dualities, dvanda. And if you sit back and just understand it nicely, all these dualities are actually the foundation of our material existence. Because of these dualities, we have our material existence. Kaise? Because dualities give rise to desire. कैसे? ये जो द्वंद्व है, इससे इच्छा पैदा होती है. कैसे? My wife is not beautiful. That lady is beautiful. I want that lady. Correct? So you are duality, no? My wife is not beautiful means let's say she is ugly. Dvanda, ugly and beautiful. Because there is duality, you have a desire to obtain that beautiful person. Now let's say both are beautiful. Then the desire is not there. Similarly, I don't like dal roti. So then what happens? The desire to obtain what you like. Okay, I like pizza and samosa. Because duality, you like something, you don't like something. That gives rise to desire. Okay, I am tired of sunny days. I want to go to hill station. Summer, winter, cold, hot, duality, giving rise to desire. I don't like summers. I want to go to hill station for some cold weather. I am so tired of hard work. So desire of relaxing. Dualities. Hard work, relaxation. So these dualities, dvanda, gives rise to desires. Now the question comes, what if everyone is beautiful? What if you like everything? What if all seasons are pleasant? What if everything you eat is delicious? Then what happens? So which means, let's say there are no dualities. कोई द्वंद्व नहीं है माता जी. सब सुंदर है. सब कुछ खाने में एकदम मजा आ जाता है. ऐसा नहीं कि ये खराब है, ये अच्छा है. और जितने मौसम हैं, सभी अच्छे हैं. तो क्या है, द्वंद्व अगर नहीं है तो क्या होगा, लाइफ विल बिकम बोरिंग. करेक्ट? क्या है, लिबरेट नहीं, आपका भी लिबरेशन नहीं आया. भगवान सपोज ऐसा अरेंजमेंट कर देते हैं कि आप जिसको देखते हैं वही सुंदर है, जो खाते हैं वही टेस्टी है, जिस मौसम में रहते हैं वही सुहाना है. तो क्या होगा, लाइफ विल बिकम बोरिंग.
No challenges.
ये क्या, नो चैलेंजेस. एंड देन व्हाट विल हैपन, then the same thing will happen that Prabhupada encountered in America. What? Hippie movement. Why? Hippies became tired of sense gratification. You will also become tired of sense gratification. जो खाता हूँ वही अच्छा है, जिसको देखता हूँ वही सुंदर है, जिस मौसम में रहता हूँ वही सुहाना है. I am so tired of this sense gratification. I want an alternate way of life. And when you want an alternate way of life, you will do absolute inquiry. Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Who am I? Why am I so bored up? See, these hippies were from very, very rich families, but they were tired because all around them, whatever they desired was there. There was actually no duality. Everything was so pleasant, everything was so rich, everything was so tasty, everyone was so beautiful. So it gives rise to what? Boring. Boring means then you ask questions, alternate way of life. So which means what? Now coming to what Prabhupada is saying. Prabhupada is saying, I'll read that sentence for you. I'll project on the screen so that we can now relate to what Prabhupada is saying. See, Prabhupada is saying, although a place of material enjoyment, this world of duality appears meaningless. Appears meaningless. So this world will appear meaningless to you when there are no dualities per se. Appears meaningless. So what happens? Unless things appear meaningless, we do not do introspection. हम अंदर इंट्रोस्पेक्शन ही नहीं है, क्योंकि अच्छा खराब में ही हमारा जीवन निकल गया. पर जब सब कुछ अच्छा दिख रहा है, then we say meaningless. यार, I'm so bored. What is my life? Introspection starts. For example, some devotee was sharing his life with me. He is now into fully Krishna consciousness, practicing Krishna consciousness, and given up his job. He was telling me, when he was in job, he was working for a group which owned 7-star hotels. So whenever he was going to any city of India, he was staying only in those hotels, because it was the policy of the company that employees traveling should stay in the hotels. Unless it is not available, you stay in a guest house. And that company also owned a travel company for cars, and the cars were not less than Accord. So he was saying, I was going in Accord and Benz. Young fellow. That time he was 25, 26, maybe 30 years. Now he is 35, 36. And then he was eating in all the restaurants of those 7-star hotels. Chauffeur driven car, white uniform, everything. Sir, gate khul raha hai uske liye. He was flying wherever he wanted to fly. And he was getting so much of salary that he bought a very good house. He bought a new car. He got a beautiful wife. Then he was thinking to himself, and that is before he came to Krishna consciousness, what is the next step in my life? Because at such a young age, he saw everything that had to be seen. He got a good house, he got a good car, he got a beautiful wife, he got all the 7-star hotel stays, he got good food to eat, he got chauffeur driven, everything. All comforts of life he got at 25 to 30 years of age. And now he's telling me that कि next क्या है मेरे life में? एक और घर, एक और गाड़ी, बच्चे, खत्म. Introspection started when everything became nice. So then one question arises. In Swarga, everything is nice. Also, in 5th canto, you will find the description of the lower planets, not Nark, lower planets, where things are even better. Asuras, they are enjoying. Shri Radha Govinda Bhagwan ki jai, Shri Srila Prabhupada ki jai. They are enjoying. All remaining young, their wives are very beautiful, whatever they desire they get. But are they introspecting? जो स्वर्ग के वासी हैं, are they introspecting? या जो नीचे असुर लोग हैं, lower planets में they are enjoying, are they introspecting? Question answer is no. They are not introspecting because they are so busy enjoying. So not gelling, no. What we just discussed, that if there are no dualities in life, we will do introspection. But we see practical example of Swarga, everything is so nice and so beautiful. Apsaras are there. Also in lower planets, so beautiful, so nice. But they are not introspecting. What is the reason? Anybody can say? दुख नहीं है. हाँ, तो दुख नहीं है तो इसलिए तो इंट्रोस्पेक्शन करना चाहिए था. वही तो, डुअलिटीज नहीं है. बट व्हाई द residents of Swarga Loka, why the residents of lower planets are not introspecting in spite of practically there are no dualities? Everything is so nice. Why? Huh? They remember Lord. Mataji is saying in Swarga they are remembering Lord. I thought Swarga is meant for sense gratification. Demigod, so what? But they are also falling down, no? See, Krishna is saying, na, Shine Punya Marta Lokam Vishanti. So you also become demigod by going to Swarga and then you fall down when your Punya finished. So you are so busy. Anybody online can tell me, why are they not introspecting?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes?
The chance of liberation is possible only one who's born on earth, Prabhuji.
Introspection happens only for the ones who have fallen on earth. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Life
The
becomes
desire to serve the Lord.
Don't
Hare
have the
Krishna.
tendency of bhog tyag like we have in this material world of human form, which Lord has created as a principle.
Okay, see, okay, I think we'll discuss some more points to discuss. See what happens when we say that the higher planets and the lower planets have no dualities. That is a wrong statement. Because is Indra not feeling insecure if somebody is doing tapasya? Insecurity means duality. Or it is written in the 5th canto that the Patal Vasis, not Patal, okay, lower planet Vasis are scared of Kal. They are not scared of anything else, they are scared of Kal. So this feeling of insecurity, Kal, fear, it's duality. So there is duality there also. Abram Bhuvna Loka Pundavartino Arjuna. What is the next line? Anybody?
Mamupetya tu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate.
So this cycle of dukkha and sukha is even till the highest planet of Brahma Loka. So dualities are there in all the planets of material world in some form or the other. Now suppose somebody was watching, you go to a theater, you watch a movie and you see the hero fighting and winning, you cheer. And when the hero is getting hit, you become sad. And suddenly somebody switches on the light of the theater. Then you realize, oh, you are just external to what is happening, untouched by what is happening on screen. Means what? The dualities that happen on the screen, actually immediately you become untouched as soon as the light is switched on. Similarly, Prabhupada is explaining, though we remain in the world of dualities, when the light is switched on, Divya Gyan Hridaya Prakashito, you become immune to the dualities on the screen. See, it is raining outside. Somebody is getting drenched, but somebody is holding that umbrella. So the person holding the umbrella is not getting wet because it's like that umbrella represents the remembrance of the Lord. In the purport, Prabhupada is saying, first line, fixed mind. See, A pure devotee whose mind is always engaged in the service of the Lord can appreciate the impermanence of this material world. So the impermanence, what is happening on the screen on the theater, can only be realized by the person when as soon as the light is switched on, you're like, oh, okay, I was just watching a movie. When remembrance of the Lord is fixed into your mind. You take your own example. Before coming to Krishna consciousness, most of us were after name, fame, wealth. But now, just introspect. When it comes to an opportunity of having a big bank balance, we think, why do we need a big bank balance? When it comes to an opportunity to having owned many properties, we think, why do we need so many properties? When it comes to an opportunity to own expensive clothes, we think, why do we need such expensive clothes? When it comes to an opportunity to show off to your friends, we think, why do we need to show off to our friends? Why? Because now, what has happened? Because we are sadhakas, we are trying to practice Krishna consciousness, we are slowly realizing the impermanence of the world. Anybody of you wants to share your own personal experiences, maybe a couple of devotees, wherein actually you saw this shift in your heart, wherein you are questioning now your material possessions because there is some little realization in the heart that is all impermanent, not permanent. Why am I hankering after all that? But you were doing the same before coming to Krishna consciousness. Anybody has this realization? Maybe little realization.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, we have. Before and all, we used to think like when somebody progresses or makes some property, we used to think even we should do, we are left behind. But now the first thought comes to the mind is like, what's the use? That we are not permanent. Anyhow, we are going from here. There is no need. Instead of wasting time on making material achievements, it's better to progress spiritually in spirituality, Prabhuji. Now we don't value anything. Like whatever any person does, like that doesn't come to our mind, Prabhuji. Like now in the material world, we see them like something like they're all fools, making a lot of hard work. Which is not permanent at all. So we have come to that situation, Prabhuji. So there is no use of making any efforts for material achievements, Prabhuji, in this material world.
See, Mataji is sharing her personal realization. This is what she's feeling as a grasta. Anybody else?
Yes, Prabhuji. I
Hare
also feel
Krishna
like
Prabhuji.
yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
प्रभुजी अब मुझे भी ऐसे ही लगता है कि कोई चीज की जरूरत नहीं, ना प्रॉपर्टी की, ना पैसे की, ना कपड़े की. अब किसी चीज की जरूरत नहीं, अब सिर्फ भगवान के नाम की जरूरत है बस, और किसी चीज की जरूरत नहीं है.
So see,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Can I share?
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Koti pranam Prabhuji. Yeah, for me it was like maids bada problem tha. नहीं आती थी तो headache होता था Prabhuji. But now it is like I'm getting a chance to serve the Lord personally, and I feel so happy when sometimes they're not there. It is like, wow, I can be more personal, cleaning of house, and now that has become really personal to him. God, personal to God. It's become.
Very small.
And earning of money. I would not say I've reduced. I want to make it more because I want to give it to the temple. So my desires to earn money has not come down. Yeah. So that will remain. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, just one more thing. Like we are programmed to complete our education, start earning, achieving things, and collecting things and all that. But once you come to Krishna consciousness and you realize all this we have to live in this world, and only thing that we take is our spiritual knowledge. That is what is going to help us in the next life. Then this is more to achieve that spiritual knowledge because other things are waste of time, and especially elderly people, they know they have only a short period of life left, so they want to 24/7 focus on that, achieving that, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. So see, the impermanence nature of the material world is slowly now being realized in your hearts. This is not a small thing, I'll tell you frankly. Not a small thing. Because when you see around people, I have seen personally, still seeing people, when we deal with people, we have to buy so many items for the temple. One shop is there here, hardware shop, very famous Mangalore shop. At least worth 50 lakhs of hardware items we bought from him, and some last 50-60,000 was left. We were not paying attention to that because we thought, so much itna kharida hai, at least he will leave the balance for donation. And he visited that temple 3-4 times just to ask that money of 50,000 after having bought 50 lakhs worth of item from him. Old person. Then you realize in your heart, any moment he may die. But there is no realization of the impermanence nature of the material world. Very sad state of affair. But this realization, when it has come to your heart, even though small, see, starting, when you initiate bigger leap in your life, it starts with small steps. And these small steps, as you're saying, like Mataji said, made not coming. Very small thing, insignificant, actually not insignificant, because it is for a big leap, these small steps are taken. Mataji is saying, my earning money desire is not there, but not for personal enjoyment, but for giving to Krishna. These are big realizations that happen in the life of a devotee, which changes the course of his life, because he has understood the impermanence nature of the material world. And this itself is called, Prabhupada is explaining, anasakta. Anasakta means, now you are not attached, you are earning, you are running your families, but anasakta. So Srila Rupa Goswami says in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu 1.2.255, what? Anasaktasya vishayan yataram upayunjataha nirbandha Krishna sambandhe yuktam vairagyam uchyate. From this concept comes the concept of yuktam vairagya. Anasaktasya means without attachment. Vishayan means sense objects. Indriya tripti ka jo vastu hai. Upayunjate means accepting appropriately. Nirbandhe, properly connecting it to Krishna. In relation to Krishna, yuktam vairagya means appropriate form of renunciation by connecting things to Krishna. So this anasakta is actually yuktam vairagya, because you are still earning, you are still doing everything, you are still going for job. So people can say, what is this anasakta? You are still earning money, but you say, sorry sir, yuktam vairagya uchyate. It's a yukta vairagya, attaching everything to Krishna. Other missionaries, other sampradayas may tell you, see this ISKCON people, they are still doing everything they are supposed to do as a material people, but they call themselves bhaktas. But you understand that this anasakti has come through the form of yukta vairagya. Now this, whatever material benefits, results that I may see, is not for me. And this is sanctioned by Krishna also in chapter 12, when he says the different levels of engagement in bhakti. He says, okay, if you are unable to do this, at least offer the results of our activities to me. So it is sanctioned by Krishna. It is allowed. Yuktam vairagya uchyate. Accept sense objects appropriately in relation to Krishna. Now, one case study before you. I have a desire to buy a Lamborghini. I say, no, but I am a devotee. How can I buy? Then I justify my action saying, okay, let me buy Lamborghini so that I can use it for the transport of devotees. And who are those devotees? My family members. Is this Yukta Vairagya or not?
No, Prabhuji.
No. Anybody has a different answer?
Sir, Prabhuji, if the devotees or if the family members are devotees, then no, it's okay. It's correct.
Both answers we are getting. Yes and no. Actually, there are both answers. Yes and no. What is the level of my consciousness? Do I really mean, oh yes, I need to transport my family members, devotees? Or am I making it as an excuse to satisfy my senses? That nobody can know. Nobody can know. See, it's very, when you speak words, no logic, every argument has a counter argument. Correct? It's all about convincing the other person. Whatever argument you may give. In India, having 2 wives is illegal, but in other countries having 2 wives is legal. What I'm trying to say, it all depends. When you speak words, no, it's very easy. The smarter you are able to convince others. But the consciousness remains the same around the world. Consciousness cannot change. The law of the country cannot change your consciousness. The law of the country can change material engagements, but law of the country cannot change your consciousness. Correct, no? So, that is in my heart, whether this Lamborghini I am actually wanting to use for the service of the devotees or not. But what I am trying to say is, a devotee should not make Yukta Vairagya as an excuse to satisfy his senses. Because the mind is so powerful, it will disguise sense gratification under the garb of Yukta Vairagya. I am traveling, no? So vegetarian restaurant, no onion, no garlic is okay. Mind is so powerful. But is it Krishna Prasada? Question mark. But your mind tries to justify the action. Oh, I have worked so hard since morning, 1 packet of biscuit is okay. No onion, no garlic. But when you take initiation, if you remember, that form even says, is your cook chanting 16 rounds? That is the level of expectation while giving initiation. And then there is so much hue and cry. Oh, who is cooking for me? Who is cooking for me? That person eats non-veg, no in their house. But then, are you going and seeing who is doing your, this vegetarian food without onion and garlic and outside? So, okay, still, again, my mind is now pressurizing me to retract a bit and say, some emergency situation it may be, but always be introspective that your mind should not make a fool out of you by using Yukta Vairagya as an excuse to indulge in sense gratification. One last discussion we will make, and before we open up the forum for all exalted devotees of the class to make comments, Prabhupada is saying in the last line of the verse of the purport, the conclusion is that although the pure devotee appears to engage in material activities in the service of the Lord, he knows very well that material enjoyment for sense gratification has no use whatsoever. Sense gratification has no use whatsoever. So it's a formula for happiness. Prabhupada is saying sense gratification has no use whatsoever, which means if I indulge in sense gratification, I am indulging in a useless activity. And useless activity can never give you happiness. Useless activity can never give you happiness. So which means sense gratification can never give you happiness. And this is the process for happiness. What? Abstain yourself from sense gratification. But then you may counter me and tell me, Prabhuji, this verse, Prabhupada, this explanation Prabhupada is saying for pure devotees. Pure devotees. Are we pure devotees? Yes or no?
No, Prabhuji. No.
Somebody who says yes, please raise your hand.
No, Prabhuji.
No. Are we karmis? Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yes.
Prabhuji.
Obviously, yes.
Yes, we are coming.
Anybody thinks I am in between, not a karmi, not a pure devotee?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes,
That can be the
In between only, Prabhuji.
See, pure devotee, I don't say myself out of humbleness. Karmi, I don't say myself out of shame. So I better say I'm in between.
Yes.
That is the safest. Because I'm not asking you, see, between 0 to 90, there is even 1 and there is even 89. Nobody is asking whether you are 89 or 1. प्रभु जी मैं बीच में हूँ, कर्मी मत बोलिए, प्योर डिवोटी में हूँ नहीं, तो मैं बीच में हूँ. तो अगर हम बीच में हैं तो क्या होगा? बीच में हैं तो we will engage in sense gratification. See, I will give you an analogy. What happened? There was a school for the kids, and the kids were deaf and dumb. You have special schools, no? Deaf means what? And dumb means? ना सुन सकता है ना बोल सकता है. उन लोग का एनुअल फंक्शन था. दे हैड एनुअल फंक्शन एंड द किड्स वर परफॉर्मिंग ऑन द स्टेज. म्यूजिक वॉज प्लेइंग and you won't believe their movement, body movement, arms, eyes, smile, everything was fully synchronized with the music. Nobody among the audience could realize that they are deaf and dumb students. Now suddenly what happens? Suddenly electricity goes, music stops. But you know what? The kids are still dancing with the same synchronization even without music, because they were deaf and dumb. But out of that, one small girl was standing in the center, could hear little. And as soon as she understood that the music is off, her facial expressions completely changed. And her body movement also became changed. She felt embarrassed. She understood the situation. Everybody around me, my friends, are dancing as if music is playing, but music is not playing. How we use this analogy in our lives? Those deaf and dumb people are pure devotees, unaffected by the sound of Maya. They are in their own pleasurable mood, because they are not interacting with Maya. They cannot listen. But the one who interacts with Maya, ये क्या हो रहा है वहाँ पे, अजामिल थोड़ा सुन सकता है, थोड़ा देख सकता है, वो थोड़ा सा देख लेता हूँ, थोड़ा सा न्यूज़ देख लेता हूँ, अरे थोड़ा यूट्यूब में शॉर्ट्स देख लेता हूँ, थोड़ा सा जाके बॉलीवुड गाना देख लेता हूँ, एक मूवी देख आता हूँ थिएटर में, थोड़ी देर उस लड़की को देख लेता हूँ, अरे थोड़ा बाहर जाके खा लेता हूँ. Senses are active, then they feel embarrassed as a devotee of having done that. And we are that one child in between who can little engage with all those, feeling embarrassed. So, but that embarrassment is good. That shame is good. Don't become shameless as a devotee. So many times I have seen devotees don't want to eat amongst public. They feel embarrassed. Because, let's say some senior devotee, they have huge respect, no? People have. And when they want to eat payasam, they feel if I eat amongst all, what they will think about me. That, oh see, he is also indulging in sense gratification, giving so lectures in the class. But so he goes privately and eats somewhere. So many devotees, they do that. Or on the road, they don't want to eat ice cream. They don't want to do all that, because they feel embarrassed. And that embarrassment is good, because that saves him from becoming shameless. Means engaging more and more in sense gratification in spite of calling him so-called devotee. So out of 100 times, at least 50 times he will avoid, because he is embarrassed. So in this case, embarrassment is good. So what is the lesson for us? The lesson for us is, let's not try to become a shameless devotee. If you're feeling embarrassed of sense gratification, that is a good sign. But try to now address that embarrassment by reducing your gratification, because the embarrassment can either go up or down, which means you can either become shameless after that, or you become fully alert after that. So try to go the other way, try to reduce things on a sense gratification platform, so that one day maybe with the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, Gurudev and Guru Gauranga, we are able to become pure devotees. But if we try to go the other way, become shameless, then then what will happen? One day you will do all that in public and you will never realize that actually you have lost it. Correct, no? जो बेशरम होते हैं उनको पता भी नहीं चलता मैं बेशरम बन गया हूँ, क्योंकि उनकी आदत में शामिल हो जाता है. तो आदत में शामिल मत होने दीजिए. उस ह्यूमिलिएशन, उस जो शर्म आपको आ रही है, उसको वर्क करके धीरे धीरे अपने हम युक्त वैराग्य को वी ट्राई टू implement in our lives in the true spirit. And how do we know what is the true spirit? Through the association of the devotees only we can understand what is actually Yukta Vairagya. Madhavendra Puri wanted to taste sweet rice. If I stop here, you will think he wanted to do sense gratification. But after that is written, so that he can make the same taste for Krishna. Still he felt embarrassed. He said, what have I done? I've created an offense. I've did an offense. But Krishna knew he doesn't want sense gratification. He wanted to make the same for him. So he stole one pot of kheer for him. And kheer chora Gopinath, and gave it to him. So let that level of embarrassment keep on embarrassing us, so that one day, or not one day, let's say we don't know, at least we keep on improving our levels. Okay, I think with this discussion we'll stop. Some questions should remain in our mind after the class. We should keep on thinking about it, because actually answers will come only through introspection and only through reading Prabhupada books. Okay, thank you everyone. Hare Krishna. Anybody wants to share anything, add anything or questions, please feel free.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
धन्यवाद प्रणाम विपिन प्रभु।
प्रभु जी बहुत अच्छा जो एनालॉजी आपने जो बताया वो लड़की वाला, इट्स अमेजिंग एक्चुअली, वी कैन कोरिलेट एज यू ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लेन्ड। So the moral of the story, actually we have to be always try to be in association with the devotees, so that this embarrassment will be, we can feel, and that it will help to not falling further down. So it is really very nice. I think we have to hear 2-3 times this whatever this story you told, that then only we can remember for permanent. It's very nice, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Dhanavad Pranam.
Dhanavad Pranam, Prabhuji. Let's strive for the association of pure devotees. That's the only way we can save ourselves. Otherwise, only association. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Okay, any questions or any reflections by any devotees? No, so everybody is in deep shock.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
I just want to share that, Prabhuji, what you said, it is better to get embarrassed. So it is a very nice, Prabhuji, what you said actually, because once in the online class I experienced one Mataji. Usually all our screens will be, closed. We never switch on the videos. So she never realized that her video was on, and she went on eating. And later I know her. So she said, "Oh, it was on. I didn't know." So this happens with everybody. Each one of us, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
So when you said that, it really struck me, and we all do that. But that Mataji was actually blessed, actually. So when I told her it is okay, Mataji, then she could take it. So it is what you said makes sense, Prabhuji, very, very much, because I have went through that. And yes, Prabhuji, it applies to all of us. So we keep our videos off, but on the background we will be on the platform of sense gratification only. So what you said is very
see what happens. Embarrassment can have two reactions. One reaction is you justify yourself. When you try to justify yourself, you can never improve, and slowly you will fall down. But another is try to improve yourself. When you improve yourself, you will actually progress in the path of spirituality. Yeah. So always the reaction to embarrassment should be, okay, I want to improve, let me improve, rather than no, I'm right in doing that. If you are justifying, progress will stop. If you are improving, progress will continue. Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Okay, so we'll take leave. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti vaishnav vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna. Dhanavad to all.
Hare Krishna, Sadhu Pranam Prabhu.
Koti
Thank you,
pranam.
Amazing
Hare
exam.
Krishna,
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Ek minute,
Hare
let me
Krishna, Prabhuji.
darshan.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare Rama
Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Shri Shri Radha Govinda ki
Hare
jai.
Jai.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,